Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the bold analysis. And this analysis, I want to start by saying that in life, you must choose which battles to fight. And after choosing which battle to fight, it also reaches a point to choose which battle to win and which battle to lose. And sometimes losing is actually the better version of winning it. Let me stop it by there. In politics, there are many battles that politicians are fighting. And that's why for the first time, allow me to comment about Millicent Omanga's leaked video. I was totally disappointed about that video. And not about the video, but about the said leaker. It was total stupid. Very stupid. In fact, I could not analyze it. When I saw it, I said I could not, and that's it. But then there are battles that Omanga is fighting. But that's not it. I want to speak passionately and create this debate about those around Raila Odinga and around William Ruto. As the political discourse continues, whether Azimio are going on with their mass action alongside parallel to the bipartisan talks, it is now time for politicians to be in a reflective mood, and those around William Samoei Ruto must choose which battles to fight. Because in the fullness of time, you'll find yourself in the middle of chaos and remain shamefaced. I can tell you, the political dynamics in this country are very different. And as we look about this, I want to point out three battles that Rigathi Gachagua has picked to fight, and those are the battles that are actually going to destroy him. And I'm also looking into this podcast how they can actually destroy even William Ruto's reign now because of the battles that Rigathi has chosen to fight, which I believe are not his battles. Before we delve deep into the battles, allow me to take 30 seconds to remind you about our fundraiser, the support towards Mercy's family. I said this is the last weekend, we're ending it, so we're getting to the very last day. Tomorrow, then Sunday, we're going to finish up. The little we can get, we are helping to just the husband to secure a motorbike. After the first part of it we finished, the wife was locked in the hospital after developing complications at birth, when giving birth, and due to that, they are grounded. So on Monday, we are planning to make them to secure them a motorbike so that the husband can go to work. For those who have not privy to that, the video is at the end of this podcast, so make sure you watch to the end. Back to the battles. Last year, the video you're seeing here, a month to the general election, Mama Ngina Kenyatta, who is the first lady of Republic of Kenya and also the mother to the fourth president, Uhuru Kenyatta, shaved the dreadlocks of Field Marshal Muthoni wa Kirima in what was a symbolic culture transition that she was returning officially to the society. And I read the article by then that Mama Ngina did it upon the request of the Field Marshal. And we understand this was a very very symbolic gesture, cultural gesture, and recognition of that Field Marshal. But that is what we saw in the camera. Now, later on, that is like, I think months later, yesterday, the family of the Field Marshal visited Mama Ngina to say thank you. And we understand that apart from shaving, Mama Ngina also paid off their loan, which was worth 4.7 million, and also bought the Field Marshal a 3-bedroomed house. And so the family went to say thank you for that gesture. I've always said I'm also a man that I've really, and that's a weakness I have, I should not say, I have a weakness of, I'm so soft. Yeah, my heart is so soft. I know that. So I will not really conflict when someone has been helped. I'm really soft on that. So that was a very good generosity gesture. But all of us will see today the deputy president organized a meeting by elected MCAs and speakers in Mount Kenya, except one county. We look at that. And in that, I believe that meeting was just organized to find a political podium and was hitting back at Mama Ngina that he should give lands to all those descendants of Mau Mau because they've started helping people. And of course, they were trying to poke holes in it. Nothing wrong with that. But don't you we see that even Deputy President helped the widow to Dedan Kimathi. He's also having land. Did they give land? And so it has been used to create a debate about the Mau Mau question on land. I don't know why it's a bit unsettled, but I wanted to get a bite from our Deputy President here.
Nimefurahi sana kuona watu jana wakisema wanafikiria sana vile watasaidia watu ya Mau Mau. Hata kama hawajasaidia kutoka 1963 hawajachelewa. Sababu Mau Mau na watoto wao wako na shida. Ile tunauliza tu ni wasaidie na njia ya maana. Ile mashamba yote walichukua Mau Mau waangalia hata kama ni nusu. Wapee watu ya Mau Mau na watoto yao ni kiwemo. That's all we're asking. Wala shida, they are not late. Of course, from 1963 they have never bothered. Now that they have come and they are saying they are concerned, na watu ya Mau Mau watusaidie.
This battle is, however, not very new to us because it started with the invasion, the farm invasion. So I just ask myself, to what end? This is Mama Ngina, or rather, Mama Ngina is now the symbol of the Kenyatta family. I think that's it. Leave alone Uhuru Kenyatta as an institution. There is Mama Ngina, which is another institution of Kenyatta family. To what end? Because I don't think that woman has a political influence now, even in public. You know, it's a boardroom fight. It's a fight in the background. And if you win, for example, can you win the land battle? Can you win it? That's why I'm asking, as you choose battles, can you win that? This is a century and ingrained thing. If just the simple one of addressing the milkman failed, then do you want to tell me that the land question can actually be solved? You pick it, and that's what I believe. It's about time you pick the fights that even add value. Now, can it add value? Do you think people can be given that land? Will it be of effect? You know, you can't give everyone. You can't satisfy everyone's need. And you know, Rigathi Gachagua, also the deputy president, also have another one that is very interesting. This one of fishing out Raila Odinga from mountain by creating the mountain phobia. Now, there is a battle that Rigathi is fighting with Raila, and I'm wondering, how does this help you galvanize your political fortunes in the country? I can tell you, because Raila Odinga has been in this politics for quite so long. And you know, when he says, some people, we just make it like a political narrative. But the truth is, he's been here for long. So, unlike Rigathi Gachagua, who came in the limelight, got the national limelight when he became deputy president in the last general election, Raila has a national footprint. I'm very sure there are places in this country, people that have never seen. If you are to ask, out of the 50 million of us, how many people have seen Raila Odinga, you'll realize that the many that have seen Raila, both alive and even the old, and those who had not seen even together. So, to what extent do you fight, do you win? Because Raila is in the public, and so you believe, if you fight Raila in the public, then you're going to win the public, you're going to galvanize your support. But again, it destroying the national look, because your tool of attacking Raila is your tribe. I don't know how that really sells. I take a good example. The DP had to wake up at 5 a.m. for some 1 week when President William Ruto was away on a foreign trip to organize with the security how he's going to handle Azimio, how they're going to deal with Azimio supporters. And you know what happened? Out of those orders, the police went excess, and there were brutal forces. There were brutality meted on the Raila convoy. Now, that created more tension, and when the ICC talk came through, the vector was pointing at him. So look at it this way. Is it constructive? And when you listen to Raila saying, Mimi si rika yako, that's what I'm talking about. So that's what I'm fighting. That's what I'm talking about. Can you win the fight against Raila Odinga? Can you win the fight against Kenyatta family? Can you win the fight against land, milk, coffee? You're now even fighting illicit brew. And illicit brew is a very good fight, but it has been a bit of personalized, and people feel they're being vilified. If you're also fighting mailers, release maize. You can't. You must choose which ones. And again, not all are going to add value because the political dynamics are changing. So, Uhuru Kenyatta's Jubilee Party defections was engineered when Rigathi Gachagua gave orders and directions for the Jubilee members from the mountain, gave them until December for them to cross over and join UDA. Do you know that was never effected? When that failed, then they engineered a defection, a takeover of the party. And now, Registrar of Political Parties hurried and approved the Nakuru NEC meeting, but the party tribunal is saying that a NEC meeting must be called 7 days before, all members must be notified, and again, it can only be called by legitimate Secretary General and the party leader. So, they failed. It has failed. So that was a battle against the party. And remember, all these have failed. Look at something that I want to play for you, a clip by Shebesh, and what Shebesh said, where I'm saying that it boils. But before that, I think Mutahi Ngunyi is having a very good input on this issue of the battle, and he's saying in this tweet, Dear Ruto, stabilize this country, make peace with Uhuru Kenyatta, forgive him for betrayal. If the two of you unite, country will be safe. Under Uhuru, we waited too long to fix simple problems. I do not speak for Uhuru, but I know he has a beautiful soul and tame Gachagua. That's it. You need to fight. You need to find which ones to fight. And before you know, the first time will crumble. It reaches a point where people will have to say, enough is enough. And that's what Shebesh spoke about.
You want to say something, Shebesh? Yes. Kadoz, you want to say something?
Sorry, I won't keep you long. Just to affirm what our Secretary General has said, and to also say that maybe as a party, we have been very patient. We have followed decorum, but sometimes enough is enough. Yes. I think those of you who are in the media know where Kenyans are right now. It's not a matter of rocket science what Kenyans are saying, where they are, and who they believe is fighting for their rights. Yes. It is Raila Amolo Odinga.
That's what it reaches, that point where enough is enough. And that's when the breakaway happens. President William Ruto, I'll be myopic to believe that Ruto is not in the picture. And someone should whisper to the DP. William Ruto is very shrewd and very cunning, I can tell you. He's cleverly putting the DP against his own vision of becoming president. That's it. And you know, and the DP and the President Ruto will not rescue you when he makes the exit. A very good example is Uhuru Kenyatta exit. When Uhuru Kenyatta was in power, there are many people that fought Uhuru battles. And these people that fought Uhuru battles, and one of Uhuru's battles was a battle against Raila Odinga. When Uhuru made the graceful exit, you will realize that these people are carrying their own cross. You know, and Uhuru had nothing to do and not more to help. There are those who might have, and they realize it's not it. So in the fullness of time, I want to say that these are battles that will actually crush you out of the political matrix. And again, it should not exhibit the fact that maybe politicians are juvenile. There is a position, if you get to, then you must play at least another league. And I want to tell you how this is having a crushing effect even on William Ruto. Now, the thing is, Rigathi Gachagua is slowly grinding himself out of Ruto's succession matrix. And this is it. For you to succeed Ruto, you may need his blessings. You may need his support. You need actually his support. But for you to need his support, you need to be with him. And so, Ruto will realize that it is about time I keep you away. It is about time I avoid it because he doesn't want to escalate the sabotage. You know this is happening. Uhuru Kenyatta was a president, and you can despise Uhuru Kenyatta in the public, but in the back room, there is a lot of influence that is wielding, even on different sectors. Upper kwa maize, even this energy sector, and this and that, in the banking sector, in media, he has a lot of influence. So if you mess around, you may find out yourself that they have sabotaged the economy. When you sabotage the economy, even that Ricky G, who is planning to be on Ruto's succession, will find himself on the blame side. You will actually be blamed for the mess going on. And that is how you crash out of the succession matrix. And number two, you are galvanizing enemies against yourself and William Ruto. That's in the background. When Raila Odinga, the Mama Ngina, Uhuru Kenyatta, the businesses people, and when they all galvanize against you, I can tell you, they will galvanize against your vision. And so you'll find yourself stumbling. On this one, you need to find the battles. You can't fight everyone and anyone. Who you believe is not a shareholder. You can't fight everyone. You must pick the battles that can add any value. With political dynamics, is actually setting a ground for grand fallout. I've always insisted it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Finish term with Ruto without remarkable scorecard, you are deemed to be rejected. That's my take, and I want to finish this part by asking, if Rigathi is to be in the ballot today, will you vote? Leave alone voting for him or not. Will you vote? And this is the bit of the plight of the young couple here. Thank you very much for watching, guys.
Okay, this started after my wife gave birth at Pumwani Hospital.
Date?
On date 20th February. So after she gave birth, mtoto alikuwa nursery after 5 days. So after 5 days from nursery, we went back home. We were just home, things were well. After some few weeks, then wife got complications. Alianza kubleed, mysteriously bleeding, and I was shocked. Ran out to call the doctor, and the doctor told me to bring the lady in the hospital.
Wapi? Unaishi wapi?
Okay, naishi Dandora.
Okay.
Phase 5.
Okay.
So daktari alijaribu akashindwa. The lady was seriously bleeding. Akaniambia nitafute taxi to rush mgonjwa Kenyatta. Nikafanya hivyo, tukafika Kenyatta. Wakati nilifika Kenyatta, mama alikuwa admitted na from hapo, so
alikuwa admitted sasa Kenyatta.
Alikuwa admitted Kenyatta hospital.
Na wakati alikuwa admitted the child now but the child
okay,
the child is fine
by the time
but then this is the child,
yeah,
and
this is my baby.
This is your baby, and
yeah.
Ni baby boy and
baby boy to Jason.
Oh good, even my son was born in February. So now where are you from first?
Okay, right now I'm from the Kenyatta Hospital. Nilipeleka mtoto kunyonya, and that is how I always do it. Nampeleka ananyonya, namrudisha kwa nyumba.
Unampeleka kila siku?
Daily.
In the morning ama unakana the whole day?
No. Nampeleka in the evening. In the evening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then sasa sasa ukitoka unaenda tu mnalala.
Sasa nikitoka naenda kwa nyumba. So nikiwa pale kwa nyumba, mtoto ana survive na maziwa ya kuchemsha. Nachemsha, naongeza maji kidogo. And that's it.
Wow. You've really impressed me. How about the child? Yeah, alikuwa sawa hata wakitoka Pumwani?
Okay, mtoto wakati tulikuwa tunatoka Pumwani, mtoto since alikunywa ile amniotic fluid, ile uchafu. So mtoto amekuwa na shida hiyo ya kungorota, anangorota. Ni kama anafungana hewa.
Okay.
So doctors gave me some medicine ile ya kudrop kwa mapua wakati anatoa hiyo sauti. So hiyo ndo nimekuwa nikitumia. But still at times nasikia anatoa hiyo sauti kama
hata sasa nasikia na
hata sasa. Yeah.
What did the doctors in Kenyatta say was the problem?
Doctors in Kenyatta waliniambia mama wakati alizaa kuna vile mtoto alimrarua, they got a tear. So walimshona, alienda theater wakamshona.
Na alizaa normal?
Alizaa normal.
Na tear. Okay. So, anafaa shown or something.
Yeah.
We may not understand because we don't have a lady here.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was what was bringing the complication about the bleeding.
Yeah.
Guys, I was told this, and I really got really touched by his story, Stephen's story. You know, when he was telling me you were in Kenyatta, and I was like, okay, what's going on? So it's been there for how many days?
Since date 2nd.
Date 2nd.
Yeah.
The bill is?
The bill is 80,000.
80,000.
Yeah.
Wow. But then, now that you take care every evening, when do you go to work? Now, do you even go to work now that?
No. Okay. About my work, I'm a bodaboda rider. Na pikipiki naendesha ni ya mtu na ni ya loan. So wakati nilikuwa na hii shida, pikipiki ilibidi tu iendelee kufanya kazi sababu inalipwa daily. So mwenyewe alichukua na alitafuta mwingine aendelee.
Oh, so what you normally, your work is kuendesha boda?
Yes.
So because of this, that is you can't. But then how do you survive? Okay, you should not ask that. So should get what is the terms of the loan? How much do you pay to get a pikipiki on loan so that you pay pole maybe?
Okay, for now, loan walipandisha nini deposit. Kwa saa hii deposit ni 25,000.
Okay. Then so if you get 25,000,
yes,
you go and pay, and you're given a motorbike on loan.
Yeah.
Then you pay is the rest in installments.
Yeah.
Which you can manage.
I can manage to get 500 per day.
You unapata endesha around Dandora.
Yeah.
Wow. Guys, I brought Stephen here because I wanted us to get feel of this story, and this is one we can do this. We've always done this. This is 80,000. Today's date 14. If you give yourself 1 week, Friday. Yeah, so let's try. Let's do a 50 shillings challenge. I've decided not to. I'm going to share the number, nobody's number, because of a bit of that disturbance, but I am also asking those who can be willing to reach out to me. My number is there. I'll directly connect you with him so that whichever God has blessed you with, at least I talk. So Mama amekaa hospitali for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. I know you guys are young couples, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you, and may God bless you for being a father to this child. I know it's really touching. It's really touching the heart, and I believe that as bold family this will come to an end. I know we will find a way. Okay.
I appreciate it.
Sawa. Asante. Aya.